Hello everyone, my name's Bernie and today I'm going to be telling you about the time I worked as a lifeguard at a water park. So basically we had just about the worst boss you can find. Like pretty much at this age I was about 15 and this was my first job ever. And our boss was pretty hardcore for a job like this. It was very laid back and unprofessional, but she wanted to be very professional, and she even actually fired a couple people for almost nothing. Um, One time, one of my friends, he accidentally stacked the tubes wrong in the lazy river, and he got hard carded for that, which basically means he got written up for stacking the tubes wrong. So yeah, she was way too uptight. But basically, what I wanted to do is, I was only 15, I was one of the youngest lifeguards there. I just wanted to be a supervisor so bad. Like, I would try to look good in front of all the managers and supervisors to see if they would have me as a supervisor. And I thought that I was gonna get a supervisor. So I basically I wasn't really that good of a guard though, to be honest. I kinda zoned out sometimes. And yes, I know that's not very good, but sometimes there was not anyone in the pool. But anyways, once one of my supervisors told me to lead a trash sweep, which is basically the end of the day when we're closed. We just basically walk around the entire park and pick up any trash. And these people would leave tons of trash. It's like I'd find entire pizzas, shoes, towels, everything. Like they would just leave it there, and we'd have to throw it away. They would basically just leave everything. But anyways, one of my supervisors told me to lead the trash sweep, so I got all excited. I was like, yes, this is finally my opportunity to show them that I can be a good supervisor. But pretty much no one listened to me at all. It was pretty sad. I tried to lead it and everyone just went off on their own, and I was super sad. But the supervisor didn't notice that they weren't listening to me, so I guess that's a good thing. But works out for me that at the end of the year, one of the head managers actually told me that I should apply for a supervisor position next year, even though I was one of the younger ones. Which I don't know how that happened. I was not that good of a guard. But obviously I don't work there anymore, so I decided it kind of sucked, to be honest, sitting out in the sun for, I used to work 12-hour shifts as well. Sitting out in the sun for that long wasn't fun, dealing with little kids. Speaking of little kids, there were these like camps of kids who would just basically disobey everything you could ever tell them to do. You could tell them to not friggin' belly flop or whatever, and they would literally belly flop right in front of you, and it would be the most frustrating thing ever. They would do whatever they could to defy you. And then there's the adults. The adults can be better or worse. Most adults are usually fine and they usually understand, but there are just some that they know they can't swim, but they decide it's a good idea to go on the 12 foot deep pool on a water slide that goes into a 12 feet deep pool, and then we have to go save them, and that's our job because adults decide to be dumb. And then there are the adults that give you attitude. Basically, we had this like foam log that was floating in the pool. It was weird, and there's like a rope that you had to grab and like try to make it across without falling in the water. And it was pretty much made for little kids, and it could pretty much barely even support one adult. But there was this one guy who wanted to go on the thing, and we only allowed one person at a time. There was this one guy who wanted to go on the thing with his entire family. He wanted to go with him, his kid, and his wife. And I obviously didn't let them, because the freaking lily pads and logs would break. And basically he got like super mad at me and made a big deal about it, and he wanted to call my supervisor, and it was pretty bad. But he ended up just like walking away eventually when I told him that I'm not getting my supervisor because he's dumb. I didn't actually say that, of course. I would get fired. But basically, yeah. And then going back to some of the older kids would be sometimes even worse. There would be kids who like would fall in on purpose to basically try and get you mad, because in the pools with the foam logs, you're not allowed to basically just swim in there. And there were these kids who knew that rule, and they would pretend to fall in basically so they could make us lifeguards mad. Yeah. And then there was this one Asian guy who just decided to go take a swim in the pool, and he apparently didn't hear anyone. Pretty much the entire friggin' staff was whistling at him and yelling at him, and he was completely oblivious. He just swam there for like 5 minutes until we finally got him out. It was quite interesting. And then my last short story I'm going to be telling you, experience, would be, there's this old man who would go there pretty much every day. And I used to work almost every day of the week. I used to work a lot of hours. And this old man would go there, and he would basically just hang out at the kiddie pool, even though he didn't have any kids or anything. He would go hang out at the kiddie pool and just look at them all day. And I'm pretty sure I was the only one who like said anything about it. But pretty sure most other people would if there was a old man just staring at the kids. So eventually the season ended, and I don't think he came back ever, but that would be it. But anyways, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this stories about Splashdown, the water park I used to work at. And basically, you guys, just let me know if you want to hear any more voiceovers, any more stories or anything. I have lots to share. And thank you for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed. Like and subscribe, and comment on the vid to tell me if you like the video or not. Thank you. Goodbye.